Hi guys, and welcome to Hector Lecture Guide to the P1S mechanic Intemperance, how to deal with the cursed pattern. For anybody who's watched my original P1S guide, I talk over how to deal with the majority of Intemperance patterns, but be aware that there is one pattern that doesn't work with the usual strat. For anyone unfamiliar with the usual strategy, it goes something like this. Everybody has their own assigned clock position square, and they're responsible for sorting out their own top and bottom square. Now, for most players, this can mean just you hide in the middle for the second explosion before going back, but if you needed to swap your color, say, for instance, M1 and M2 are both red, top and bottom, then you use the north and south to swap because they have opposite colors always. So, most of the time this works, but if you're looking at this pattern right now, you might already be able to see the problem. See, after the first explosion goes off and everybody gets their debuff, the vast majority of players don't want to swap. And the only players that do want to swap have the same color, so they want to go to the same square. This means that that north square is going to explode with no one in it if you follow the usual strategy. That's a problem. That leads to huge damage to the party. Some groups deal with this by just mitigating through that and dealing with the damage down. Some groups deal with it by forcing a tank to get a damage down. But there is a way to deal with this. This is the simplest way I've been able to think of it in my head. Step one, you recognize that you have the cursed pattern. It looks like this. Easiest way to do it is to spot that you have blue, red, red in the north and blue, blue, red in the south. Secondly, you need to designate one of those north-south players and a DPS as your flex players. Their plan is they're always going to swap their color. So if the main tank starts with blue, they want to go blue, red, blue as their three colors, and R2 is who we have as our flex DPS. If it starts with red, they want to go red, blue, red. Lastly, the only way this will work out is for the third explosion, they're going to be in each other's square. Let's see what this looks like. If you get the top to bottom pattern, I'm just going to remove everybody else and every other symbol that doesn't matter for this mechanic. These are the only three squares we're using in the people. If it's top to bottom, the first explosions go off and the players get their debuffs. Now, because both of these players want to swap every time, R2 is going to head down to the south square, main tank's going to stay where they are to take the second explosion. Lastly, for the final one, they're going to be in each other's square. So main tank is going to go to A, and R2 is going to go north. And voila, north is always soaked. No explosions go off, no damage downs. If you were worried about the south square there, don't forget that off tank is doing the normal strategy, so they're going to be there for the final explosion. Finally, if it's bottom to top, once again, removing everybody, the explosions go off. The plan is to always swap their color, so main tank goes south, R2 goes to the north. And now, once again, they end in each other's square, so main tank's just going to be the one that moves up there. And again, everything's sorted. No difference in the strategy. You do need to look at the animation. If you're unaware, the boss has a purple glow either at the ground or up in the air to tell you if it's top to bottom or bottom to top, or you can just look at your debuff after the first explosion goes off. There's more than enough time to adjust. But if you do this, you have successfully completed Intemperance, and you'll have less damage downs to hopefully make the fight against the Enrage a little bit easier. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this useful.